So, Baz,
Yeah.
ever had ramen before?
I have.
How was it?
10 out of 10. Perfect. Cannot be beaten.
Yeah, I've had one as well, and it was top drawer.
Well, prepare your stomachs and your minds for an 11 out of 10 ramen.
Ta-da!
We're going to start simple this week.
There's a plethora of ramen-y ingredients.
Cheers! Now it is very much dig in. We've got bean sprouts, we've got the pulled porky bits, spring onions or scallions, edamame beans, shiitake mushrooms, our soy marinated eggs, chili, coriander, sesame seeds, and nori sheets.
Could you pass me some coriander, please?
Oh man, that broth is decent. Can I ask a question? I've had ramen before, and that broth takes ages. So how did you do that?
We've been here since last December. We need a bigger kitchen worktop.
There's a lot of ingredients, and this requires a lot of time, but very little effort.
Okay.
Start with the broth. To make the broth, we have got a chicken carcass. So put that into the biggest pot you can find, along with all of your pork bones. Cover it up with cold water right to the top, heat it to a boil, and that is going to blanch the bones.
Now, when we were talking about making ramen online, Alfonso was asking, where the hell do you get pork bones from?
You can just get pork bones from your butcher, or do what I've done and buy pork ribs, and they've got bones right to the middle with added meat, which once they're cooked we can strip off and put back into our ramen, so 2 for 1. So we blanched our bones, and it does sound like a bit of an extra step that might not be necessary, but if you look at the stock now, it's relatively clear. As soon as it boils, get rid of all the water, rinse the bones and start again. And then you boil it for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and then all the flavour comes out.
Is that a traditional way to do it?
Yeah, blanching the bones.
Now, Ben, as much as I love porky chickeny water, I would like to add some flavour to this broth.
Yes, so deep flavour is going to come from the pork bones.
Yep.
Tonkotsu. So we're also going to add in some pork shoulder, so they can go in and simmer away gently. Later on, you can pull them apart and they pretty much just crumbles. Dried shiitake, they're going in with star anise, 2 cloves of garlic, crushed, ginger, and 4 spring onions, like that.
Easy.
And then heat this vat of water until it becomes a vat of stock. That's about 8 hours over a gentle heat. What do we think? Oh,
Delicious.
that is impressive chopstick
I just
work.
noticed that these have been deshelled.
Oh, mate.
Did
Honestly.
you do that as well?
So if the broth has been going since last December, I was standing there peeling edamame beans since the November before that. Now, is it true that this bowl is made out of real zebra?
Correct. In all the time that you've got while your stock bubbles and boils away, you can get all the little side dishes and garnishes ready. So we're going to pop a few edamame beans, slice up some fresh shiitake mushrooms, slice some chili, some fresh spring onion, toast some sesame seeds, and pick some coriander.
I love a good garnish. Remember, if you want to get all of the details for this recipe, they're in the link down below. And if you want to get ahead for next week, we're going to be cooking up a venison burger. All the details are already live, so you can get the recipe, you can get all the ingredients, you can get your mates round and cook along with us next Friday for our big night in.
Are you going to do that, or do I need to go shopping?
If you could go shopping, that'd be great. And I hear Barry's really good to cook venison, so.
Oh dear. After many, many hours, of which this hasn't quite had enough yet, it probably needs another 6.5.
Okay.
Then you drain it off, keep your pork back, because you're going to strip that up, and it ends up looking like that.
Lovely.
And what you're left with is this incredible broth.
Which smells amazing.
So much flavour that's come out of those pork bones, but now we add in more, which is miso, soy, and mirin.
Okay.
They go in, whisk them up, and then it's ready to serve.
Right, has anyone tried an egg?
Why is it a funny colour?
It's got a tan.
Tanned eggs. Very easy to do.
Oh. To make the eggs, we're going to get them to room temperature before we boil them in boiling water for 6 minutes. We're then going to run them under cold water for 6 minutes to cool them back down, and then we can peel them. Right there?
Fine.
Right, what's happened to this egg?
You've happened to that egg, because I've done 3 absolutely fine.
Well, I've done 2 absolutely fine. And this is my 3rd one. This is not going to work. Look at it. It's not working.
Have that one for your lunch.
Right, but what I mean... Let's make a marinade.
All you need to do is take soy, mirin, sake, water and sugar in exact quantities which you can find down below and whisk them up in a bowl. And then store your peeled hard-boiled eggs in it for at least 12 hours. Overnight's good, up to 20 hours?
But not 21.
give or take.
Okay.
Essentially, eggs aside, it's a one-pot cook. It's all going in there, you blanch it, you fresh it, you cook it, you drain it, you put it back in the pot, and then you cook the noodles in the broth. So the noodles in your bowl at the start had all the flavour of the broth as well, because they're cooked in the same broth.
I mean, it took no effort, but just in terms of time, full 12 months.
That was brilliant. Thanks, guys. That's honestly...
Now you can have a round of applause, mate. That was smashing.
Right, question time, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, question from Kristen. Who will become your successors when all of you retire?
Well, we're not going to retire, are we?
No.
It's a long way off.
There's no pension with this job. No way. Why don't we do that? But why don't we do which actresses would play us in the sorted movie? All right.
Some sort of fantasy of yours, I guess.
Conspiracy.
Ben's Angels.
Like a Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst.
Go Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I kind of fancy myself and I really fancy her.
Come on then.
Is it? I'm trying to think of the glasses are a defining feature. It has to be somebody with glasses.
Yep, I've got one for you if you want.
struggling.
If you want some help.
Go on.
Sheldon's girlfriend from the Big Bang Theory, Amy. Yeah. I think that's a very.
Yeah. Or Thelma.
Thelma?
Scooby-Doo.
That's not an actress, that's a character.
If there was a female Shaggy,
Yes.
I mean, I look like the actual Shaggy. You
do.
So there's got not the
Cartoon, not the rapper.
Not that one. Not that. It wasn't me. Not that one.